Hello, my amazing and wonderful friends. I hope you have had a great Monday. Good start to our week today. For tonight, we're going to have a lot of fun. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me tonight. I can't wait to show you all my projects that I've worked on. But first, if this is your first time watching me, go ahead and put this emoji down in the comments so that I can welcome you to my channel. And make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell, and that will notify you whenever I go live or post a video. And make sure that you like the video and share as well. That really helps out my channel. All right, and also I would love to send you a card in the mail. In the description, I have a link that you can sign on for my email list, and you can also opt in to get on my card list and my birthday card list. So if you are interested, and we have a great starter special if you are interested in joining my team. You can get $125 worth of products for $35. It's an amazing deal. I would love for you to join my team. Just shoot me a message, and I will work with you to get you all set up. All right, so tonight what we are doing is we are working with the Brushed with Beauty Suite. It's also the Petals of Beauty Bundle, and this is a new online exclusive that is going to come out in November. One of the things when you are a demonstrator is that you get early access to these products. So it's a great perk, and again, in the description, you can contact me and join my team. But for tonight, I'm going to go through all the products that come with the suite, and we're going to have so much fun. So I'm going to point you down, and we are going to go ahead and get started. So to start out with, this is I think they call it a mega suite. So it has two different bundles with it. So the first one is the one we're working with tonight, the Petals of Beauty. And this is the new packaging for all of our stamp sets and dies going forward. And they do fit, the stamps and the dies do fit all in one sleeve here. They come in two different sleeves. I just have them, I put them in one. But first we have these beautiful flowers here. These florals are just stunning. It is two-step stamping. I will be showing you how to work with that. And also going forward, we're only going to have our photopolymer stamps. So these are photopolymer, which means you can see through them. So those are the stamps for the Petals of Beauty bundle. And then these are the dies right here. And these are just beautiful. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can't count apparently, 5 different, hey Marier, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. So you get 5 detailed dies here with this bundle, and they are so pretty, so beautiful. And then you also have the dies that cut out the stamped images, this one as well. So that is our first bundle with this suite. And this is the one we are going to work with tonight, primarily. And then we have Words of Beauty, which is also a bundle. And it has, let's see, for the stamps here, they are photopolymer. And we have Just Because, and these are 2 different stamps. You have Kind, Sweet, You are a great friend, It's your birthday, I appreciate you, I think you're amazing, Lovely, I love you, You're so, and you've been on my mind. And I just realized there's a ... here. There is a stamp in here that is the ... and I did not notice that until just now. And I've been working with these for a couple days now. So that is the stamp set for this. And the dies that go with it for part of the bundle, this is Because. So you get the detailed part for the inside, and then you can also die cut a background out, or you can stamp it and cut that out. This is also because I think this one is the one that stamps out, or cuts out the stamped image. Then we also have the just right here, so you get that detailed, and you get the outline to do the different color background. And then you have the just right here that will cut out, I think, your stamped image. And then we have 3 different little sentiment strips here that are so pretty. I love them. This is such a fun and beautiful, beautiful suite here. And again, this is our new packaging. It does come with 2 different, one for the stamps and one for the dies. I just put them in one to keep it more organized for me. Also with this suite, you get the DSP, which is the Brushed with Beauty Designer DSP. And I've used this one a lot. I loved the back of this. So this is all I have left of my pack, but this is one of the pages here, and it's so pretty. And the back is petal pink with white. Oh, it's so pretty. And then I think this is my favorite page of the whole pack of DSP. It is gorgeous. And then our back side, this is Lost Lagoon. It's kind of like a fun little texture looking pattern. And then this is the same as the Darling Duckling pattern. It's just this one here is, I believe this is Crumb Cake, pretty sure. So it is the same, just a different color. And then we have the coral, Calypso Coral. I had to think about that for a second. So we have that page there. This one is gorgeous too. This one has a little border, which this makes it perfect for if you want to use it for your scrapbooking layouts. I'm going to show you how I used it and how I got rid of that border so that I could use it. And then the back here are just stripes. So pretty. And we have this piece here, which is gorgeous. It's Mossy Meadow. And then we have, this is very vanilla. And we also have early espresso in here. So pretty. And this is that Mossy Meadow back here. And our final page is, I just dropped a piece of the DSP here. Let me see if I can get this off of here. Here we go. We have this one here. It has the Darling Duckling, the Petal Pink, and it also has a little bit of that Lost Lagoon. And of course, you've still got that Mossy Meadow in there. It's so pretty. I love this color combination. It's really, really gorgeous. And then this is the back piece of that. And then, one second, I got to pick up my DSP I dropped because my dog Dublin is going to get it if I don't. Here we go. All right. He was on his way over there to get it. Also with this suite, it comes with some new vellum. And it's a 12 by 12 vellum. And this is a really thick, nice vellum. And it comes with 12 sheets in here. I did not use the vellum for this this round, but do not fear, I will be using the vellum. All right, and then it comes with a embossing folder. This is the Beautiful Patterns embossing folder. See if you can see it. It's really, really pretty. It's got a really, really pretty pattern. And then the gems that come with it are Pearls of Beauty, which is so pretty. So we've got that, I'm pretty sure that is Crumb Cake. Let me look at our colors here. Make sure I'm thinking that correctly. Calypso. So we have Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Early Espresso, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Secret Sea, and Very Vanilla. Well, I don't know what color that is then. It kind of looks crumb cake-ish to me. So we've got a brown of some sort. We've got Calypso Coral, and then these are beautiful white. So, so pretty. I'm so excited to show you what I have created with all of this. And I keep losing all of my little dots off of here. They keep popping off on me here. I'm going to put this back in here before more pop off. There we go. All right. And so for our first project for tonight, we are going to make this fun, beautiful card right here. And this card is very similar to last week. And it sits up. And let me put you back up really quick so that, hey Carol, so that you can see this the proper way. See it right here. Let's see. That's very bright, isn't it? Let's pull that down a little bit. Maybe move this. There we go. So we have the little piece here that pops up, as well as this pops up right here. Super, super pretty. And let me go ahead and point you back down, and I will show you how I did this. And guys, I'm going to do this correctly this week. I'm going to stamp it correctly, the way that it's supposed to be stamped. All right, so we have, this is actually Flirty Flamingo, surprisingly. I did Flirty Flamingo for this one. You know what? I'm just realizing I forgot to cut the Flirty Flamingo card front here. So we're going to do that really, really quick. I always have to forget one thing, but that's okay. I have everything I need. So this is going to be our standard 5.5 by 4 1/4. And I think I need to change my blade again. I just changed it last week, but it's not running very smooth through my paper here. All right, so we are going to, this is, hey Carol, so this is not my normal way of doing my card bases. This is more of that book fold here. So this is 11, no, this is 8.5 by 5. See, it's not my normal, so yeah, 5.5 by 8.5. And then it's scored in the middle, and then that is scored again in the middle. And we are going to pop it this way so that it's going to make our little easel part right here. I'm going to just go with bone folder across that as well. All right, and then you guys will be shocked. I used Very Vanilla for this whole thing instead of my basic white. I never use Very Vanilla. I still have the very first pack I ever bought of my Very Vanilla. If that tells you anything. So this is Very Vanilla, and that is going to be our layer on top of our Flirty Flamingo. And then we have this gorgeous piece of our DSP. The back of it is that Lost Lagoon, and that is just going to fit right in there. And we are going to glue these together. So I'm going to take my Very Vanilla, and it's interesting, when I was trying to take the photos for these, I'm so used to it being basic white that the tinting of, when I'm trying to make the light better in the photos, the tinting is off for me, and I'm like, I don't know how to tint this correctly because I don't ever use vanilla. It's got that little bit of yellow in it, and I'm on the struggle bus with it. All right, so this is our front here, and what we're going to do is come back here. I am just going to put glue right on this bottom flap here, and there we go. And what I like to do is I like to set this down and then I just scoot the front right on there because I want to make sure that it is nice and flush here at the edge. Make sure we get really good sticky right there. All right. Now we are going to go ahead and put our Very Vanilla on the inside because that's what's going to come out down here. And if any of you other demonstrators got this bundle yet, it's really pretty. And I did do this Very Vanilla for the base, the same as the matte for the front, because it's going to line up as you, like when you open it, it's going to line up perfectly. All right, now we can go ahead and get started on this front here. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how I stamped these, but I already have them stamped, and I don't want to lose this piece. This is my window sheet. I need that. And pull these out here. So this is the, in the middle is full strength petal pink, and the outer part is Flirty Flamingo. So that's the large flower. This is the medium flower. And then we have these little tiny ones. Aren't they so cute? And so all three of these are those three colors. And, whoops, trying to lose all my pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did this. And I'm going to grab a piece of Very Vanilla, because I actually stamped everything on Very Vanilla as well. And we're going to grab our stamps here. And the only thing about this new packaging I don't like is I don't know where to put my stamps back on here. I have to guess, and I don't like to do that. So I have this little spot that's open because I didn't guess very good, I guess. At least they all fit back on here. All right, so we are going to get our inks right here. So we have our petal pink, and I'm going to go ahead and do the large one so you can see how that one is done. That block is too small. All right, come here. So I'm going to start with the background stamp. So we have, let's put this one on a block as well so I can kind of show you the difference here. Can you see that? Let's see, maybe you can, nope. Let's see, I guess you can see it like that. So this one has a little bit more of that detail on it. So this is the top stamp, and this is just kind of like a, it's not necessarily solid, it has like a little bit of texture to it. But this is the background portion of it. So what I'm going to do, this is my petal pink here. So I'm just going to ink up my background. And my petal pink needs to be re-inked, so it's a little bit light. And I'm just going to stamp that down. And that gives us this right here, which by itself is really pretty. And then I'm going to leave that open because we're going to do the medium one too. This is our Flirty Flamingo. And so I'm going to use the more detailed top stamp. I just stuck my hand in that. That's why I should not leave them open. And I'm just going to line this top. So if you see it's on its own, it's kind of pokes out right there. I'm just going to line that up here with the stamp. The background stamp I already did, and just stick that down there. And isn't that beautiful? So pretty. I decided to go Flirty Flamingo instead of Calypso Coral because I liked the softer look of the Flirty Flamingo. The Calypso Coral for me was just very it was very bright, very bold, and that's not, you guys know I like my my pretty soft kind of colors. So, all right, so we're going to do the same thing with our medium. So we have our large one cut out already, and we're going to stamp our medium one here. So this is the background, and this is the top. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the petal pink on the background one. And then, I don't know if I got it. Stamp that down. I have to re-ink this because it's really not very inky. And then I'm going to do the detailed with the Flirty Flamingo. And again, it has that little petal that goes up, so you can easily match these up. A little trick if you have a hard time matching them up, once you find where they match, take both of them the same way and just take a little Sharpie and just put a little dot on the side of where they line up, so that when you stamp, you know which way you're stamping, and you can just line them up as you stamp on top of them. All right, so we have that one there. Isn't that pretty? All right, and then these little smaller ones here are a little bit more tricky for me. I have a hard time getting them in the center. So you'll see here, I did a pretty good job there of getting them in the center, but I stamped those a lot because I was struggling with it. So we have our little bit detailed stamp here, and this is the background stamp. I'm going to get a smaller block so I don't make a mess. All right, so I'm going to do the background here, and I'm just going to stamp that down with that petal pink. So that's what the background looks like. And then these, the detailed ones, they do have little holes kind of in the middle to line up with these holes. But for me, when I get my ink on it, I just have a challenging time lining those holes up. So I'm not always getting it centered, but I did pretty good on that one. Like that. And it does cut it out as a cluster here of 3. So that is how these stamps work. And they are, they're so beautiful. The leaves are just regular stamps. And I'm going to show you how I got the yellow in the middle there. I forgot to wipe this one off. And for that, I used this little tiny one right here. I actually think this one is a bud, this right here, because it doesn't really fit on the inside very well. But I used it with my Darling Duckling to get my yellow centers for this particular card. And I gotta grab my Darling Duckling, which I don't ever use Darling Duckling either, as you can see, because I can't open it. All right, so I'm just going to take this little tiny one. I'm just going to ink it up, and then I'm just going to kind of lightly hit that middle, and it's going to put that little bit of yellow in there. I'm not pushing all the way down because it's bigger than that center. So I'm just kind of pushing partially down until it gets that center right there. So I just want a little bit of that yellow, because these flowers here have that yellow center. So it looked weird without that yellow there. All right, and then we've got this one too. Right there. All right. So we can start building here. I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys how to use these stamps, since they're 2-step stamping. Put these over here out of my way. So we're going to take our largest of the flowers, and I'm going to grab one of these die cut stem leaf things here. And this is from the bundle, the Petals of Beauty Bundle. And it is this stamp right here. I mean, die. You guys know what I mean. And this is, if it goes up this way, so this I'm going to put at kind of a slant going this way, but I'm going to put it up on dimensionals. And here they are. I'm going to put a dimensional on each of these leaves here. You don't have to, but I tried when I was making it to begin with. I tried without it, and it really sunk down. And I liked it more when they were all popped up in the same. And because you have it coming up, you could really see as it was folded up and you looked down, you could kind of tell. So I opted to do all of them, and I'm just going to put this stem right here at the base of my DSP, and then just going to stick these down just like that. Then we're going to take our large flower here, and I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on this as well. And for this one, I'm going to tuck it behind, but also this is tucked behind, but I'm also going to put part of it overlapping, so it kind of looks like it has grown around that leaf right there, just like that. Then we're going to take this one here. This is one of the medium, and this one, actually we glue this one. Go back on there. This one gets glued right onto the top of this this leaf right here. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of my green glue, and then I'm going to put the that little opening right there down towards the stem right there. So that is our front. Now we're going to start down here, and the first thing we are going to do is we're going to do our I appreciate you, so that our thing stands up. And I'm going to stamp it correctly this time. And I put a piece of tape so I reminded myself. So I took I took a piece of petal pink, I scored it in the middle and I folded it, and then when I put the die over top, I put the one edge over, not on the cardstock, but just over the edge, so it didn't cut that all the way through. And this is going to go this way right here. So we're going to put our words right on the front, and this piece back here is what is holding up our easel right here. So I'm going to stamp it this way, and I am going to grab the stamps. This is going to be the I appreciate you from the Words of Beauty. Yep, this is the stamp side. All right. I appreciate you is down here. And for this, I'm going to use Mossy Meadow, which is one of the colors within this suite. And I'll pop this on here. Come here. These are still pretty new, and actually I just stuck my finger in that. I'm slowly working to get myself, this is a paper pumpkin block, and I am, or a kit, paper pumpkin or a kit, and I am slowly working my way to get some of the thicker Stampin' Up blocks. All right, so I just have this open, and I am going to, I'm trying to get my finger out of the way here. Here we go. Perfect. just like that. So what I did, I just held it down on the corner here, and then I just stamped it up at the top there. It probably would work easier if you put it down here, and so it wasn't touching your finger, but you know, we live and learn. I don't think I did it with that one, but I realized it after I did it, that would probably be a good idea. All right, so we have this right here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my paper snips here, and I'm just going to cut a couple of these, dimensionals, and I want the back right here to pop up. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, see, it's popped up. The front is, actually, I did pop the whole thing up. I thought I glued half of it. I think that's what I did last week because it was thick. And this one is a thinner, I got two there. A thinner piece for us. But we want it popped up so that it holds that edge of this card base of the card front there. So I'm going to take off these. You can also use one of the strips, adhesive strips. Now I'm just going to put this kind of where I think I'm going to want it to, like how far I think I'm going to want it to go back. And I'm just going to line up this edge here with the edge of my card base. And then I am going to make sure that it looks straight, and then I'm going to press it down. And then it's holding up our easel right here. And we have our I Appreciate You kind of popping up in so it can be displayed. All right, then what we're going to do is we are going to work on this little piece here. And this piece is actually on a window sheet. I don't know if you can tell. You can kind of tell. It's glued right here. And then it's glued together on, let me see if I can get a reflection, maybe. Yeah, there we go. It's glued to that, so you don't necessarily see it through that, the leaves, you don't see through the, you can see through the leaves without it being a different color. So this, I think pretty sure this is 3/4 of an inch. Let's see if you can see it this way. Maybe. Yeah, that's about 3/4 of an inch. I think total this is 3.5 inches. And I just scored really heavily right here on that 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just pinching that together here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my leaves here. I'm going to make sure that the bottom of this leaf is at the bottom of my piece here, the window sheet, where it's going to hit on the card. And I'm going to kind of visualize where I need my glue. So I need it kind of on the inside here. And then down this way. And I'm going to put that right on there. Push that down. You kind of got to give it a second to glue to stick, since it is a window sheet. All right, and then what I'm going to do, very carefully, on the bottom, I'm going to stick a little bit of glue. This is on the window sheet, just a very thin layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and I am going to make sure that my edges aren't going to go over the card edge. So I'm going to go right here, just like that. So I'm going to push that down. So see, this isn't going over the edge. And when you put it down, you do have time. You can kind of scoot it whoops, around. Good thing we're going to cover that. Got stuck to me. There we go. Yep, perfect. So then we have our little piece that stands up here. And then we're going to put our second medium flower on here. And I'm going to use a dimensional. And I am just going to stick it really close to the bottom here. And I'm going to try to cover up the that little bottom of that leaf there. There we go, right there. All right. Stick that on. It's still a little bit sticky. All right. So now we have our, let me push it down for you. So we have our leaves and we have our one flower. And now we're going to do our smaller little flowers right here. So we have two sets of those. We have this one here. And I'm going to do a couple little dimensionals here. I'm going to do one down here and then one over here. I want to make sure that the top here is doesn't have a dimensional, so that in case it goes, well, when it goes over the side here, it's not going to stick to the bottom. So I have them here, which they're going to hit on my two leaves. So I'm going to stick this here. I'm just sticking my finger back here, making sure that our that they are not showing. Then we're going to put our little piece right here, and I have this one right here. I ran out of paper, so I cut it to the side, which it didn't really matter because this was going to tuck under anyways. So what I'm going to do is I'm just trimming, just this is what I did with this one here. I just trimmed these down just slightly, and then I just kept trimming until I got them to where they slid under here and don't go over the edge. So I'm just going to trim a little bit more, and then we are going to put these up on dimensionals as well to make it kind of look like they're vining out there. And these should just tuck right under your I appreciate you sentiment. It just, because I'm on a live, it doesn't want to work for me. Okay, perfect, right there. And so we're going to want the end of our leaf stem to be behind our little floral right here, our flower, so you don't see it. So I'll flip this over, and let's see, we're going to put dimensionals on here, and then I'm going to do smaller dimensionals on these leaves right here. You can put it down before you put this down and before you put this down, but for me, I wanted to know where everything went before I put this down. So this was my workaround, because I wanted to make sure I knew where to put the back of it so that I had it covered by that flower. Oops, stay there. All right, then I'm just going to get this off of my finger here. Just going to tuck this in here. This piece is going to go behind. And then you're not supposed to stick there. All right, and this piece is going to tuck under here, like that. And then we can arrange these pieces. Perfect. You can glue the stem down if you want to. I'm not going to. That's where we are with that. Isn't that pretty? Then we're going to take a single leaf, just one from this, and I'm just going to snip it off. And, whoops, it's going to go right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dimensional here. Whoops. I like to take the backs off of them before I take them off, apparently. I'm doing that a lot here lately. I'm just going to stick this dimensional right on my sentiment. I am going to put just the edge here down on just half of that dimensional. Just half of the dimensional. Then I'm going to take my second cluster of leaves here, flowers here, and I'm just going to move these around to make sure it is covering the rest of that dimensional, just like that. And then, of course, we have to decorate where you're going to write your message. So I have this die cut right here, which is one of the detailed die cuts from our dies here. Actually, this is the smaller one. So it's this one right here. It looked like it was the big one. I have the big one sitting out here, but it's supposed to be the smaller. Not sure if I have a small one in that color. These are all my extra pieces. Do you guys keep your extra pieces? I always do. We're just going to go with Petal Pink. I have a small one in Petal Pink. So we're going to put that one there. All right, and to do that, you can use an adhesive sheet if you want. I'm just going to use my glue, and I'm just going to do little tiny dabs if it'll come out here, because I left it open. Let's see. Oops. Yep, now it works. All right. Just going to dab this around just a little bit. Got a lot right there by accident. All right, and then this is just going to go here in the top corner. Just like that. And that's just to kind of give it a little something where you're going to write your message. All right. Then we just have to embellish. So, where's my top? We are going to use the Pearls of Beauty that came with the suite. And I used the white pearls, and I think I did this actually with it up so that I could see what it was going to look like when it was up. So I'm going to take one of these larger ones here, and we're going to stick it up here, and then I'm going to do two smaller. So we'll put one over here, and then I think I did, yep, I did 5. So I did 3 on the bottom. Come here. So I'm going to stick one over here. Let's do one on our, whoops, I appreciate you. He moved on me. There we go. And then we're going to put one up here. And that is our first project. Isn't that beautiful? And it folds down flat. Completely flat. So it will go in an envelope. Might be a little bit more postage because it does have extra cardstock and stuff on it, but it's well worth it because it's a gorgeous card. All right. I hope you guys liked that card. I had so much fun designing it. I really, really liked it. All right, so our second is also a fun fold. And I've done this fun fold, I think, a couple different times, but I love this fold. It's a WV fold, at least that's what I call it. And it stands up like this. And this is the front. And then, of course, we have our back, which I did actually do the white, basic white here. And then these are part of the DSP as well. So I'm going to show you how I made this. I'll leave that right like that. I made such a mess. All right, so we have our card base, which is Petal Pink. I'm going to move some of this out of my way. This can go over here. All right, so we have our Petal Pink, and this is folded or die cut, not die cut. It is, trying to get my paper here, scored. And this is, the base of this is 5.5 by 8.5. And then it is scored at 1 7/8. And, oh, that's right, yeah. No, it's scored at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 6 3/8. And then you're going to fold the outer pieces back. Hi, Lupe, how are you? Yeah, this is a beautiful bundle. You'll love it once you get it. All right, so this is our outer piece. We have our DSP that I already cut. And how I did this, because this piece right here has, let me grab the piece that I actually cut because you can see it better. I actually cut the edge off. So it has this edge right here, and I didn't want that on it, so I just cut it right off. And then I just used the inside part of it and just kept cutting that way. Because I think this one is very good for doing a scrapbook layout, but I just didn't want that edge. I just wanted the florals on there. So I wanted it very floral heavy. So I'm just going to lay these out so that I know I don't have them all going exactly the same direction. So we will, let's see, let's go like that. That works. All right, and then I'm just going to take my glue and I'm going to glue these one at a time. Oops, come back here. And I'm going to start right here. Yep, that's right. I'm going to start right here. Just going to center this in here. All right, and then we're going to do the second one. And this one's going to go right here. And these are not, they don't fit together. But actually this one looks like it actually does fit together, but I didn't mean it that way. They don't have to fit together. It's however you want to put it together. I just didn't want all the red roses to be all going the exact same direction. Like all of them at the top or all of them at the bottom. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, this is a really, really beautiful suite of products. This paper is gorgeous. I've already got more coming in the mail. So I only bought one to start with because I was like, I don't know, I might not like it. I probably will, but I might not. So I only bought the one, and I should have bought the two. But it's okay. It's coming in the mail. All right, so we have our W right here. And since I have it flat, I'm going to do the back. So I also have two pieces. This is the yellow, the Darling Duckling. It's just the back of it. It's got this pretty petal pink on it. And I'm going to glue these here in the center back here. You can, if you want, do all 4 panels that you can write on. I like to do the edges because you can push it down and write this way. Might not be, you might want to write this way, but it's easier to write on the edges than it is here on that inside because you can't push it all the way down. So I just like to decorate this inside portion so it doesn't look just lonely, because I feel like it looks lonely when it doesn't have anything there. All right, so we've got those two. And then, you know what? I didn't cut the white. How did I not cut the white? I always cut the white. Let's see. I've got to cut that really quick. So that's the white one. So that is the base cut 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So 1 7/8. Let's go this way because I think I might, I don't know, I might not get both of them. 1 7/8, 5 1/4. Only one. It is right? Yep. 1 7/8 and 5 1/4. I can't believe I didn't cut these. I could have sworn I did. 1 7/8, 5 1/4. Yeah, this one is, this fold is very heavy on the measurement. You can't really fudge with the measurements on this one. All right, so these go over here. And watch it. I probably did cut these, but I put them someplace and didn't realize I did that because I could have sworn I cut these. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and put our little florals there on the back here. And it doesn't matter because I put one facing up and one facing down. So if you move it, it's the same. We can figure out when we look at the front which way we want it to be up and down. But as far as putting our little decoration back here, gotta get that piece of, and those little holes there come out. There we go. So I'm going to do the same thing where I'm just going to dab it on here really lightly. And then one's going to go in this corner. And I'm actually just going to flip it. So that way I know that I'm going to put it the right way. All right, and then we're going to put this one here. All right. Now we can go to our front here. So let's see. I like it this way. So we're going to go this way. For the V fold here in the middle, that is a piece of Calypso Coral. And this one is 6 by 4. So it's scored in half at 3. And I just cut a 1/4 inch off each side and then scored it in the middle of the DSP. And when you score DSP, make sure that you go very lightly. And then what I did was I glued one side at a time. So I'm just going to glue 1/2. And I'm just going to get that right here on my center. And then that's why I like my green glue, because it gives me that time to shift it around. All right, and then I can go back on this side and add that glue. Just like that. And then that is what is going to go right in here, like this. But for this one, I took those decorative die cuts and I spread them around the background. I already went ahead and glued all of them, so you didn't have to sit there and watch me glue a gajillion of them. So what I did, I started out with 5 main ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where they're the full die cut. And then I cut around 4 extra that I then just kind of placed around. I just took that particular die cut that I had, I just stuck it somewhere, and then I just snipped off the pieces, just to get it around the edge right there. So that's how I got this. And then from here, what we're going to do, I'm going to grab my trimmer back out because I need to look at my measurement here to make sure I don't go over 4 1/4. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push this all the way together, and then this is the up, right? Yep. I'm going to take my piece right here. I'm going to line it up where I think I want it. I'm going to fold this. I'm going to line this edge up with my track, and I'm going to see where this edge ends. So it's under 4, so I'm good to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pop this up, hold this really tight. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here. And then I'm just going to fold that down, and I'm going to hold it for a second. Then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. And I'm just putting just a little bit on that edge because I don't want it to be too much and not open. There we go. I have to glue that back down. All right. There we go. And I'm just going to glue this really quick. The one, my prototype one, it's kept together really well. So I probably just didn't get enough glue on this piece. And these would actually be really good to have the adhesive sheets on because then they would really stick. They would stick really well. All right. So there we go. Then from there, we are going to we're going to start our stamping. So I have this piece right here. This is from the Words of Beauty die set, and it is this one right here. And then I think I already got the words out. Yep. So I'm going to do, let's see, Think You're Amazing. Think You're Amazing. There it is, right here. So I'm going to grab this one and grab a block here. And then I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow and I'm going to stamp I Think You're Amazing right in there. There we go. And then we are going to stamp the words Just and Because on a piece of Very Vanilla. And I have a scrap piece right here. And it doesn't matter how you stamp it because we're going to fussy cut it. So we have Just, which is right here, and then we have the big Because. So I'm just going to take this off. Those top pieces drive me nuts. All right, so I'm going to use Just And then I need my larger block. All right. And I am just gonna stamp this on here. Well, why did it do that? It gave me some dots on there. Let's do that one again. I don't know why it did that. It hasn't done that any other time. Maybe I'll just press a little bit lighter. Right. Just see if that works better. That's better. All right. I guess it just got on the inside there. All right, so we've got our just. Now we're going to do because. Plop that on there. And then I'm going to ink this up. And I'm just going to stamp that right here. That one did a little bit of it too, but I don't know. I'm not pressing that hard. All right. Come here. Some of these are really hard for me to close, open and close. All right, and then with these, we are just going to fussy cut these, and I did not do that ahead of time, so we're going to fussy cut it pretty quickly. And I move the paper. I don't move the scissors, I just move the paper around as I fussy cut. You guys like to fussy cut? I don't mind it, actually. You probably could actually cut these out with the dies instead of fussy cutting, but I like the look of the fussy cut on here. And the because is the hard one because it's longer. Whoops. All right. You guys been having a good week so far? I know it's only Monday. Definitely felt like a Monday. Here we go. Sure. I think that the Berry Vanilla is thicker than the basic white because when I go around, it's not as easy when I do the basic white. All right, and then we're just going to do our just. And when you do the, I think another project I did that we're going to do tonight is also uses the just and the because, but they are together. And that's a bit interesting because this just is like it's weird shaped. It was, I had a really hard time figuring out how to get it so that it didn't look like it was just slanted all the way. All right. There we go. Okay, now what we're going to do, got my little thing stuck to me. We are going to put our just on this side and our because on this side. And we're going to do that with our dimensionals. And it's going to stick those there. Stick this one here. I'm going to cut this one in half. This one's going to go here. And this one here. And I'm only doing that because I just want to make sure with it opening and closing and being folded, I just want to make sure that it is solid. And we're not going to have anything popping off. Where did I just cut that? Right there. All right. I have so many lights. It's like I can see really well, but this part gets shiny, and I was like, where did I cut that? All right, and then this piece right here. All right, let's do our just first. So we've got, come off. We've got our word just. So we are just going to stick it on here like that. Then I'm going to take the because, and we are going to stick it on the other side. And it will go over the edge here, but as long as it's not over the edge of the card base, everything's good. I want you to be a little bit more straight than that. Here we go. Like that. Then, pull this back in so you can see. We're going to work with our flowers here. And for this, I did the same. Yeah, I did the same as I did the first one. The middle part is petal pink, and the outside is the flirty flamingo. And I'm just going to put a couple. You don't like to fussy cut, Carol? Yeah, sometimes I'm good sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like it. But usually I'm okay fussy cutting. Unless it's really detailed, and then I'm kind of like, oh, I don't want to do that. All right, so we're just going to stick these around. You can stick them wherever you want. It's just to add a little bit of dimension, and then to kind of fill in the gaps, because it looked to me a little bit sparse. This is the one that I took the top off. There we go. That one I took off already by accident. All right, and then we're only doing 3 of these here. So we're going to put this one, let's put this one right about here. I don't want it to go over that edge though. Let's go this way. Let's go that way. There we go. I just don't want it to go over the edge right here, because then it'll hit the envelope. Then we're going to put this one down too. And I did an extra one just in case I lost one, because you guys know I'm good at that. Oh wait, this one we have to put our I think you're amazing down first, because then we put that flower around it. So I'm going to pop this one up, and then stick this guy right here. I stamped it a little crooked. All right, and then we can put our flower. I got that a little over the edge. There we go. It's okay if it goes over the edge here, just not right in the center here. And then we're going to take a couple of these leaves right here. We're going to snip them off and glue those around. Let's see, let's go with this one. So, where's my glue? I am just going to put a teeny dab of glue there at the end. And I'm just going to stick these under, a little bit under, and glue those down. And I don't have any rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of putting them where I think they would look good. Just give it a bit extra color. And then this one's going to go up here. So we'll put this one right here. And then we have these little leaves that look like this. They are Also one of the detailed stamps, which is this one right here. It actually kind of reminds me of a strawberry top, kind of. But, oh, Lupe, you don't mind fussy cutting. You love to die cut. Yeah, I like to die cut too. Die cutting is one of my favorite things. Carol knows that. I love to die cut. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. When I first found your channel, I was drawn to the striking colors you used. Oh, I do not disappoint. Oh, thank you. You didn't purchase this set. Oh, thank you. Yes, I saw this set, and at first I wasn't sure. Because the colors are a bit dark for me. You know, doing a lot of Mossy Meadow and all of that. But I was like, I think I can work with it. I can add the lighter colors and make it more of a Cassie card. Oh, yep, Mary doesn't like to fussy cut either. Yeah, some people do, some people don't. It's funny how that works. I think most people that I know don't like to fussy cut. All right, I'm going to stick this one right here. And I'm actually going to snip off this guy because he's going over to the side. I don't want him to go over that edge. Here we go. So we have that one there. We have this one and we have that one. And then we've got our third one. And I'm going to put this one right here. And I'm going to cut that one off too. Maybe I can get it. There we go. That way it's not going over the edge. Just like that. And then this will just stand up on its own. So cute. You have plenty of room to write on the back. And we just have to do our embellishments now. And again, I'm going to use the Pearls of Beauty, and I'm going to use the really pretty white ones. They're my favorite out of this. I really like the couple that are the coral. I think I popped those off and lost them because these are, they like to pop off on me for some reason. But these are so pretty and shiny, like shimmery. Oh, they're gorgeous. I wish they had some just white because I would totally be all over that. Here we go. That is project number 2. Isn't that beautiful? We have our back there and it stands up. And then it folds flat. And this one can just curl right over. I got it a little bit over the edge. So cute. I love that one. All right, stick that one there. Then our next one here is a cute little pocket, it has like a little envelope of its own. So we have this here, and this just slides up like this to open. And we have, I did just a little fun decoration here on the top there. And it says, just because, and then when you open it, this one I did, you are so appreciated, which is a different sentiment from a different bundle, I think. It was the Grateful, something like that. It was a different one. But, so we have that there. And this is that yellow, the pretty yellow. It's actually the Darling Duckling. And I put a little yellow one in here. So cute. And it is a little pocket. So I'm going to show you how I made the pocket. And I'm shocked that my bow is actually staying on. I glued it with regular glue and it still was popping off, but now it's stuck. So I guess you have to glue, like actual green glue it. So I've never been able to get it to stay glued. All right, so for this, I've already cut the DSP, and it's 12. It's a full 12. And then however long you want it, you're just going to want to add half an inch on each side. And then you're going to cut it all the way to the, where it's going to go right here for the pocket, the little pocket. You just want that tab to be not cut. So you'll score this, and then you just cut this piece off. And then what I do is I just slightly miter these edges. You can also make it a little bit longer, and then like this one, I just glued these together. I just don't like it that way as much because I like it to actually be a pocket. Pockets are my thing lately. I love making little pocket things. All right, so we're going to then fold these, this and this. And this is our front flap. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here on our little side flaps. And then just fold it down with those flaps hitting that back piece there, the coral. And then when you open it, make sure it's stuck. When you open it, it's a full pocket. So it goes from this edge to this edge. Where with this one, where I glued it this like to the sides, when it opens, it only opens from here to here. It still fits in here. When I did this one, I just kind of wanted to see what happened when I did it to the sides, because I always do my pocket here. But I didn't like it as much, so I was like, okay, I'm going to show them the pocket one again. So we have our, and you know what we didn't do was our ribbon. Every single time I've made this, I have forgot to put the ribbon in. Every single time. Let's see, can I get into it? I can. Look at that. So, because I've made 3 of these. This is the 4th one, and every single one I have forgot I forgot to put that ribbon in. Pop that off. Okay, so for this, I'm using the, this one was the Darling Duckling. This one I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow and Gold Trim ribbon. And I'm just going to stick that in there. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to go around. We're just going to go around. It'll be fine. But if you make this and you want to make it how I originally made it, because it's not back here, you glue it in between the pockets. I realized it on this one right before it actually stayed glued. So I was able to catch that one. This one I didn't catch it as well. All right, so I wonder how this is going to work though, because it's supposed to be a pocket. We're going to skip the ribbon, at least for now. But if you make this at home, then put your ribbon in between, and it will be like this, where it's not going to be on the back, and you can just push and pull out your ribbon here. All right, for this top here, what we're going to do, I have a piece of Petal Pink, and we're going to do the Just and Because. And those are the large ones. This is the because. I'm going to do the because first. So we're going to do Mossy Meadow. We're going to see if I can not get dots. Not pushing very much. All right, there we go. I am going to stamp this down here. Ooh, that's pretty. That came out really good. And my other word, just because, is right here. This is the one I struggle with because it's in a weird, it's like a weird angle. And I'm like, how am I supposed to put it? That one I did just push too hard because where's my, my J was coming off of the block. All right, let's try that again. So this one is tricky to me because when you put it down, it's hard to get this part straight, for me at least. It just looks weird. But I did it pretty good on that one. Took me a little bit. That one's a little bit more angled, but that's okay. And, whoops. This one's the hard one for me to close. See, it doesn't like to close. There we go. I don't know why. And I use that one quite a bit, so I don't know why it doesn't like to close. All right, so this is going to go right here on the under part of our top. We're just going to glue this down. Not upside down. Glue that just like that. Then we're going to take our already stamped pieces. So this is just petal pink. So it's it's the full petal pink on the edges, and then it is stamped off petal pink on the inside. And you can tell I need to re-ink it. So, because it's not very dark. Where did my dimensionals go? So we're going to dimensional these up. 1, 2, let's put a third one over here. And then we're just going to put these around. So this guy, we're going to put him right about there. We're going to grab one of these medium ones. I can get that dimensional there. And then, let's see, let's put this guy up here. We'll go like that. And then we're going to put one right there. Just to kind of give it a little bit of, to like break up the pink right there, because it was a big spot. But I couldn't figure out how to get the J because it's so long. But I really wanted to put it up here. So I was like, I'm going to do this because I thought it was pretty. All right, then I took just one of these and I cut it apart. So I'm going to cut this part off. Snip this guy right here. So this one, let's actually put this one going this way. Yep. So it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. That's the front. All right. So we're going to put a dimensional on each one of these. And you can cut them all apart and then arrange them one at a time if you want. Might be easier, I don't know. This one I'm just going to tuck it, and then I got it too close to my because. That's okay. I'm going to go like that. Then, actually, we're going to take that one off because I don't like that. So, come here. We're going to just do these two. Well, we'll do this. You guys can just laugh at me. This is how I am when I design. I go back and forth. I'm like, do I like it that way or not? All right, so this one, we're going to stick it right here. And then this one, whoops, I'm going to keep these two. I'm going to cut these apart. I'm going to put one here. Just tuck that in there. And then we'll put this one beside it. Here we go. Isn't that cute? And this will close, and if you had the ribbon, it would close. So that is the, we will put our little pieces on, and we'll use actually the coral for this one because we have Calypso coral as the background, so that would be perfect to be able to use these because I don't hardly ever use Calypso coral. Let's see, we'll go here. That actually looks really pretty. I like that. All right, cute. And then for the card, I'm doing it slightly different than this one here. So thought it'd be fun to do like a little bit different design, different options. So this is Petal Pink. And then I have a piece of, this is Very Vanilla. And this is just going to be our background mat here. And we're going to stick this right here on the front. Then I'm going to take my piece of DSP right here. It's the back of the Mossy Meadow. And then I have a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock. And that's going to get glued on right here. And this is going to go right in here, but I'm going to use my ribbon. Where did my sentiment go? So I've already done the sentiment. I did I Think You're Amazing, and I did this little, this is Very Vanilla and Petal Pink. So this is just going to glue right here on my Petal Pink. Whoops, that's rather crooked. There we go. And this is going to go here in the middle, but I want the ribbon to go across. So I want it to go like that. So what we're going to do, my tried and true method, is we're going to tape this right on the back. And let's make sure that's straight. And then we'll put that right there. Pull that really tight so it'll be nice and flush. Come here. And then this is going to go here in the center, and I'm going to put it on dimensionals, or put dimensionals on it. And then we're going to pop that up on the front, and then the sentiment is going to be popped up as well. All right, so this is up, yep. So this is just going to go here. Then, if I can get it, this is going to go here in the center. So, I'm going to put a couple dimensionals. And I'm trying to stay away from the inside so it doesn't hit on that ribbon there, because it won't be as the same height. It kind of gives it a different height when you do that, or at least when I do that. All right, there we go. Then this is full strength petal pink on the inside and flirty flamingo on the outside. I think that's my favorite combination of these. Is this the only one I had? I was going to do these. That's what I was going to do. Yep. All right, so we are going to glue these. And then this is the the cluster of 3. Oh wait, it goes this way. There we go. And then I have these the little die cuts out again. And I'm going to cut these into 2 instead of 3. And then I'm just going to tuck it right under. Where'd the other one go? Right here. Let's see. Cut this side. There we go. Then we'll tuck this one on this side. Get in there. Like that. How pretty. And then we just do our embellishments. So I'm going to go ahead. Should I do the calypso? But it's not the same. It's not the same color. We're just going to stick with our white. All right. And then these are like the low profile ones to me. I have a hard time getting them off. I'm just going to stick that one right there. Not pretty? And then this will tuck right in here. You can also, if you want to give this as a gift, a envelope. I do have an envelope somewhere. The envelope will fit in there. There we go. I have an envelope right here. So the envelope will fit back here too. Get in there. If you want to do that as a gift. Oh, you like this one the best? Yeah. Yeah, it's this paper is very busy paper too, which is difficult for me. But it is such pretty floral. Let's see. And then what we'll do, because I did do stuff on the front, I'm going to go ahead and just tie a ribbon. Whoops. I got to cut there. I'm just going to tie my ribbon. I got to do it upside down, otherwise it's going to be upside down. Come here. And this way, you still get the ribbon. You'll just have to take it off. You can do it. Get it. There we go. All right. Here we go. And then we will trim, and then we're going to use, I think, these, because these kind of go better with that gold. So we're going to use this like brownish color. And this one here. There we go. It's our third project. So cute. And this one, this is the way it's supposed to work, where it just tucks right in. Get in there. Every other time I put it in, it's tucked right in. There we go. Tucks right in. Thank you, Lupe. Yes, I'm not sure how long you've been watching my channel, but those are kind of the cards that I tend to do. I like to do them like that. I'm very particular about the cards that I make. All right, and then a really quick last one is a cute idea for a little tag right here. Thought it was adorable. I wanted to show you guys this little trick here because I randomly figured that out, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. So for this, I just have a piece of petal pink. I'm going to put my piece of very vanilla. I wanted to say basic white, but that's what I'm used to saying. So we're going to put this one here. Then picking what's Jessie Carol? Is that an acronym? I don't know that one. Let's see. So this piece of DSP is going to go a little just up to the top like it normally would with the edge there, that 1/4 inch edge. And then we can stamp our sentiment underneath it. And stick that one there. And then before I put this one on, I'm going to go ahead and do my little cutting on my little hole. So I'm going to use this one. This is part of our trio, 3-hole punch trio. I'm just going to stick this here. And push that. And then we can put our piece behind it on, and I really hope I didn't get that glue right there on the hole. I would do that. All right, and then I'm going to line this back up. And punch that. So now it goes all the way through. You can see that I've got my finger in the mossy meadow. All right, and then we're going to stamp the I Appreciate You, which, did we take that one out already? I think I did. So it's around here somewhere. Here it is. And for this, I actually used the Flirty Flamingo because I thought it kind of, I thought these were just nice, happy, cheerful colors together. All right, so we're just going to stamp right here. I appreciate you, which I do. I appreciate every single one of you for choosing to spend your time with me and watching all my projects and getting inspired. I love creating things for you guys. All right, so this is from the stamp set, and this is this stamp right here. And I did this one in, this is not mossy, this is Old Olive. And then this is the same as I've done all of them, the Flamingo and petal on the inside. And this is just going to sit right over this top leaf right here to make it a little flower. I don't know if that's what it was intended for, but I figured that out and I thought it was kind of neat. So I had to make something with it. So we're going to put a dimensional on there. And then I'm just going to line that little divot up with the stem here. Stick that there, like that. And this is just going to sit right on here. This is a nice, quick, fast, fun little tag. I think everybody always wants a nice, fun, quick project. Where did my scissors go? Here they are. And I'm just going to cut one of these little pieces right here to put down on this stem so it doesn't get ripped. All right, and then, whoops, come back here. We are going to stick this guy right here. And then I have my, what did I do with it? I had the ribbon just a minute ago. This is this ribbon. I could have sworn I had the yellow. Well, we will do, I just had it in the thing. How do I not have it? Here it is. Guys, right in front of me. All right, so I'm just going to take, whoops, a little bit here. Then I'm going to take about the same. See, just like that. I'm going to put these together. And I'm going to feed this through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and feed it back through. But I need it to be, how did I do that? This way. Let me see. So it's got to go this way. Okay. I don't remember how I did it. So I'm going to put it all the way through. Get in there. And you want this to look like this, because when you pull your tails, it's going to have that nice little front of your knot. And then we can just cut our, that one's pretty good. I'll cut this one this way. Cute little ribbon there. And then on the back, we're going to put one of these little flowers. And then to embellish, I ended up using the low profile sparkle dots, and I used the Darling Duckling in here, and I thought it was really pretty because I got one there in the center of that flower. So I am going to take one of these large ones, stick it there in the center, and then I'm going to take 3 of these smaller ones, and I always have a hard time getting these things off. I can't get them underneath. So we're going to do one there. We will do one right here, and let's do one right here. That is our final project. Isn't that pretty? We've got the back there. So cute. All right, let's take a look at what we have made tonight. All the fun projects. So we have this one here, this number 4. Then we have, let's see, this was 2. This one was 3, and then where's the first one? It's right here. All right, so we have our first one with our fun fold. Pops out to an easel card like this. And we've got our fun little piece that pops up here. And then we have our, what I call a WV fold. It sits like this. We have this beautiful front here, and then the back where you can write on it. Then we have this one here, which is a card with an envelope. So we have our pretty topper there, and then our little card. I didn't do the inside yet. And we have our cute little tag. You will have to let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I don't know which one's my favorite because I like them all. It's a hard choice. It's a really hard choice. They're all so pretty. Can't go wrong with flowers. Oh, your first time with today, Lupe. Nice. Oh, and yay, thank you for subscribing. Yes, make sure you put the bell on too so you can be notified. I go live every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So definitely make sure that you tune in. Thank you, Marier. Yes. Hopefully you got some really good ideas for things to make. Even if it's not with this bundle, these are still great ideas that you can put with other bundles that you have. But my next live is going to be next Monday, which is October 27th. I can't believe it's almost November. That's crazy. But next Monday, October 27th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And I'm actually going to do something a little different than what I normally do. So I'm going to do a stamp set trio. So I'm going to use 3 different stamp sets. I'm going to use the Woodland Scenery stamp set, the Stay Warm stamp set, and the Merry Christmas stamp set. So my dogs just made a noise over there. That's why I looked over there. But I think it's going to be a really fun challenge for me to kind of mesh those together and see what I can come up with. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on all my socials. I have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You could also sign up for my card mailing list. There's a link in my description that you can sign up for that. And if you enjoyed tonight's video, go ahead and put this emoji down in the comments so that I can say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. And thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. And I will see you right back here next Monday for a brand new video. Bye.